The City Council right now is debating whether to amend the Human Rights Ordinance to specifically outlaw housing and job discrimination against the LGBT community. Council chambers are packed. There are two competing bills. One calls for a council vote on amending the current ordinance. The other calls for putting the issue to the voters in the August primary. Councilwoman Lori Boyer just tried to withdraw both bills and temporarily postpone a decision. Her effort failed by a narrow margin, and now the council is holding a public hearing, but no vote is expected tonight. At the same time, a group of local pastors is starting a petition drive to put the issue to the voters in November. They oppose expanding the ordinance. They announced their plans at First Baptist Church. Channel 4's Jim Piggott was there. He's been talking with both sides and is joining us now live from outside the church. Jim.
Well, Tom, actually, this petition that you're talking about, that's only would happen if Councilman Hazuri's passes. That means if they would pass the HRO bill. That's when they would go with a petition to ban that. Now, here today, the Florida Family Coalition, they were here at First Baptist Church, and what they were doing was actually giving their ideas of how they would defeat this bill. There were a lot of people here, but then there were pastors, other pastors, who don't agree with them. They were down at City Hall. I talked to them today as well. Still, the group that met here today say they're not taking any chances. It was a closed-door meeting of the Florida Family Policy Council. We weren't allowed inside. They were discussing what to do about Jacksonville's proposed HRO plan. After the meeting, many of those on hand stood side by side and announced their plan, including an associate pastor of First Baptist Church.
We are opposed to the Human Rights Ordinance not because of any hatred or animosity, but because of our love for our lost neighbors who are caught in the sin of homosexuality and who are in desperate need of repentance.
Of those who spoke is this florist who made national headlines because she refused to be a florist at a gay wedding in the state of Washington.
I'm being sued by our government and the ACLU, and we can lose everything we own, our retirement, our home, and our business, because the government is trying to force me to create art and participate in an event that conflicts with my religious teachings about marriage.
The group here today says they've collected signatures from people who would agree to a ballot referendum to remove any new HRO protection should it be passed by City Council.
We believe it would be a good result for both bills to go away. If Councilmember Hazuri's bill fails and Councilmember Gulliford pulls his bill, sure, it could come back. But we think with the leadership of the mayor on this issue, it should discourage this council from trying to bring this back year after year. I don't predict that Mr. Curry will change his mind.
But they were not the only church members speaking out today. Another smaller group at City Hall believes that this doesn't go against any religious doctrine.
You can't be surprised what anybody do when they're opposed to something. They have a right to do that. I just think it's the wrong way to do it.
You know, and I also talked to members of the Jacksonville Equity Coalition, and what they were basically saying is that this whole HRO process should never go before the voters. This should be decided by the City Council. They were adamant about that. Of course, this is going to be a debate that's going to go on for several more weeks. There are 2 more public meetings that are going to be held at City Hall before Council could vote on this. But things always seem to change, as we saw what happened today. We're live downtown. Jim Piggott, Channel 4. The local station.